So yesterday I went and shot my first football game of the year, and it was a very short game, which I'll explain in a minute. And basically I came home and I dumped the cards into my hard drive, and now I'm going to take that game and I'm going to launch Photo Mechanic. For those of you that have never used Photo Mechanic, you need to. It's just absolutely awesome. It was written by an Associated Press photographer years ago. It is the fastest possible way to cull images there is on the planet. Maybe on Mars or something, they got something better, but not here on Earth. So I'm using a very large screen. I'm also using a Mac Studio, which is a very powerful Macintosh. So because I've got the large screen, I've found it easier at 30 frames a second to basically just blow up the entire screen. And all I do, instead of deleting, which is what I used to do all the time, I simply just go and I check the pictures that I want to keep. So it just makes things go a lot faster. So as I will show you here in a minute. So I'm basically looking at these images. Like you can't really see this guy who is it getting him. So I'm just going to kind of keep. Now this is really good. So this is a good frame. It's awesome. You can even see the spray. There's like spit flying there from the hit. I'm going to look at those three. I'll keep those three for right now, but that looks good. A little back in my pocket, scramble, run. Let's see here. So you can see how quickly I'm not looking at individual frames. I'm looking at the series. I always shoot every kick, every field goal attempt because you really want this. This is a great picture for recruiting. It's way early yet, and you can't tell at this point if he's going to block it or not. So this picture is very valuable to the guys in maroon. At this point, you know he's going to miss it, so we're going to pass on those. The great thing about still images is, oh yeah, and by the way, I make mistakes too. See the referee perfectly sharp. So here's a run in the backfield. What I'm looking for here in a run is both feet off the ground, so you can see that there's not everything there. Now this one has almost both feet off the ground, but this frame here has both feet off the ground. So I'm going to take that one. They just look cool. Sometimes the push off is nice too, but it's got to be a really powerful runner to get that frame. I'm going to ignore this because he's blocked by 6. Okay, here's a nice, this is, that's a pretty nice frame. I'll take that. Usually the earlier the better in a play typically. My first quarter was pretty bad. And also the team I was shooting, which is the guys in maroon, they were playing very poorly in that first quarter as well. So it kind of, and again, here's a mistake. You can see I'm sharp on 5 and not on where I want to be. So it happens to all of us. Don't be concerned about that. Here's a kick, and I'm probably going to be blocked by the. Yeah, I'm probably going to be blocked by the defender, and I am, so nothing there. But you can see how fast I'm going here. This is, so handoff pictures are a dime a dozen. I pass on them because they just don't, nobody cares. They're just not, it's not a great picture, so I just move along. Except this wasn't a handoff, so it was a quarterback keeper, and probably faked some people out. And it looks like it's faked me out for a little bit, but now if you notice, the focus is still on 2, which is good. Now let's see if I can figure out where he is, and I do eventually. But there's really no pictures here so far. There's something brewing here that might be good, and right there. Now the problem is I'm shooting a 600 f4, so I'm actually going to blow this one up and look hard. I've got enough sharpness here. I'm focused here, but there's enough sharpness because he's so close that I'm going to grab that. That's a really nice frame, so I'm going to go ahead and check that. Awesome. I like it when that happens. That's good. And I'm watching him. He's got a great look on his face here as well. And let's see if he blows by or if he captures him. And it looks like he got away. or mostly. So at 30 frames a second, you can see things are happening really fast, but the camera is capturing so many frames per second that you really get it. So there's really nothing developed there. Now I'm back on the center quarterback. This isn't bad. This is actually pretty good. The little towel flying is helpful. Let's see here. That towel's looking pretty ragged. It's probably his lucky towel from high school. Who knows? So I'm following the quarterback as he's keeping. Referee's in the way here, so he blows through there. Notice how the autofocus is continuing to track the quarterback, even though this ref is right there. This is on 4 for autofocus sensitivity, by the way, in case you're interested. You can still see his eyes here, and this is kind of nice the way this is all stacked up. But once you get here, his eyes really kind of disappear. Now I don't care about the throw because I can't see his face. I'm late on the catch, but I do get it, sort of. I'm just late, but it's the other team, so I don't care. So I'm going to just pass on that. And this guy's too late to do anything about it, so we don't care about that either. This is kind of cool because both feet off the ground. There's a Marvel guy that's trying to wrap him up. You don't know if he's going to do it or not, so I'm going to take that one. Notice how few images I'm keeping. I'm really not keeping very many at all. Yeah, I'm going to bag that quarterback guy. I don't care. Let's see what happens here. I think nothing happens. They're just running, and then sometimes you get lucky and both players will be off the ground. Those are kind of fun, but not here. He runs out of bounds. Okay, so number 11, going up the middle, and I am missed focus here, so I'm on the wrong guy. Sometimes that happens to the best of us. Now, this is a great frame here. This is really good. Now, here is not as good as here because I can see his eyes. So I'm going to take this frame for sure. This is a very, very nice picture. And this develops further. Look at that. Eyes up. He's really looking. In this frame, it looks like he might get to the quarterback. In this one, it looks like he's not going to because the defenders, and then now the quarterback's hands in front of the. So I think I grabbed the right frame there. But again, you can see how little time I'm taking to decide about these pictures. I've just done this for, I guess this is my 40th year shooting football because I started when I was in high school, and I've just been doing it a long time, and I kind of know what I'm after. There's another handoff, which we don't care about. Let's see here. By the way, I only shot 2 quarters of this game because the weather kept messing everything up. I'm going to probably look and see if this guy is sharp here. And he is sharp enough. Like my focus is back here, but he's sharp enough. I can use Topaz to help me with that. So I'm going to take that. That'll make a nice tight vertical, which will be good. And let's see. Now I'm on him. Oh, yeah. That's really good. So that works. And let's see if he throws him down or what happens next. Okay. All right. So here is the quarterback. I am in focus on the quarterback. I can tell. I'm really sharp on him. We'll just do this way just so you can see what's going on. And I lost him behind the line, so no big deal. So we're going to go back out and just look and see what we got going on. I missed all that. I missed a lot of things, especially in my first game of the season and the first quarter of the first game of the season. So don't feel bad if you're out there and you don't feel like you're making great pictures right away. It takes a number of games to get back into it and to kind of get yourself squared away. It really does. It's funny, this quarterback holds the ball like Vinny Testaverde. He's got his index finger almost on the tip of the ball, which is what Vinny did. It's kind of interesting. This is a good frame because it shows how effective the offensive line is. I'm going to grab that, even though it's the wrong team. It's just a good picture for doing stuff. Let's see here. We'll see how this develops. And a little scramble here. And the Marvel defender is not quite going to be quick enough to catch up. now I've got his back mostly, so I don't really care so much. Can't see his face. Great with the defensive line, though, for Maryville, except they're slower than this dude is. So we're just going to kind of blow through here. See, there's almost a picture there, but it's just no faces. So let's see here. Yeah, so many pictures, man. So many frames. It's crazy. And you can see how quick, again, I'm just blasting through these. Now, there's a picture here, and you're going to notice something here, that right here, this picture's already checked, even though I didn't check it. And that's because I hit the lock button on the back of the Alpha 1. And when you hit the lock button on the back of the Alpha 1, it actually recognizes that in Photo Mechanic, which is really handy. And this frame, I think, is really nice. I'll be able to make something out of that for sure. Even though, again, it's the wrong team looking good. I'm going to take this one and this one just in case. Just because I want to look at the expressions and stuff. I'll look at that too. Yeah, I'll take that one too. Just because it cropped tightly, this could be really nice. I don't know. We'll see. All right, and then he falls down, and that's over. So here we go. Continuing to look and watch the big scrum, which scrums are not very interesting unless you can see at least one face. So not really seeing a lot here. Okay. All right, so here now we're front lit, so this is the second quarter. So my team is actually coming into the sun instead of being backlit. He's looking here. He's got his hand off the ball. It's not a full length of him because this guy's arm's in the way, so I'm going to pass on that. Now we're looking for both feet off the ground. We'll see if we get it before he gets hit, and we don't. So gets taken down, and his back is to me, so here's another picture back here. I'll just show you this because I'm on the quarterback. The autofocus system is locked in on him. It's really cool. And I'm at 4. I'm not even at 5. And so if you go down 3, 2, 1, it gets even better. But it's excellent here. I just love the Sony autofocus system. So now he's released the ball. And the ball was overthrown, which is why there's a guy here with no ball in the picture. There's the ball. And it was just overthrown. So he falls down. There's no picture. I don't know why I kept shooting. Because it's my first game of the season. That's why. All right, so we're back in the pocket, scrambling. He's looking. Let's see if he can find somewhere. This is kind of nice. I like the body language and stuff. That's good. And then he's blocked. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's see what happens next. He's both feet off the ground here. I'll take it. And now he's going to release the ball. And there's a nice fingertip release. That looks good. I love these where there's just almost no contact or very little with the ball. That's pretty sweet and really sharp. Man, it's sharp. I love that 600. It is just, see, I won't even take this frame because it's not even as good. So I like the body language here the best. He's off the ground, both feet. You know he just threw it, so I'll take that one. And here was the missed pass. At least I got on it. That's pretty good with a 600 in my second quarter of my first game, so I'll take it. I'm way late here because the ball's way long gone. I'm also overexposed. I don't worry about it. And by the way, I only shoot JPEG. I don't shoot RAW like everybody else does in the world. It's just too much of a hassle, too large a file size. And the Sony sensors are so awesome that I can recover just about anything unless it's just grossly over or underexposed. Really underexposed I can do miracles with, but I never shoot RAW, so not my thing. All right, so we're nearing the end here. I appreciate your patience here. So there's a great defensive picture here where this guy's coming in. The ball's already gone, but it's pretty nice. And you can't see his face here, and that's the only one where his feet are both off the ground. You can see it here a little bit, so I'm going to take that one. That's a nice picture. Yeah, that's good. Almost missed that one, but I didn't. So we're going to keep going. Yeah, there's a little sack here coming up. So I know the quarterback's in trouble here. And let's see how this develops. He's reeling them in, quite literally, like fishing line. This guy's paying attention. We got a lot going on here. All right, now they finally turn. So now we can see the quarterback's face at least. That's good. And we can still see the ball. So I'm going to start clicking here. Now, some of these I click, I'm going to get rid of later, but this is good. Now, it almost looks like he's sitting on his knee. So there's not a great picture here because he literally is sitting on his knee. It's kind of funny. His eyes are closed through all these. He's about to get hit by 76, which is going to make a nice picture. But once he does, we'll lose the face. So then it becomes a great defensive picture for Marvel. So that's cool. We'll keep that. We'll keep that. And yeah, this is good. Let's see if the big guy can get off the ground. No. That's good with the kind of leg splaying and stuff. That works. You can still see the ball. Again, 30 frames a second, man, a lot of stuff is happening. It's amazing how quickly things develop. And the nuance of editing is so cool because you have so many frames to choose from. You can literally go back and forth and choose the perfect frame of a series instead of just taking what you get from that series. All right, I'm kind of watching here. There's another big scrum here. This is a great defensive picture again. I really like this. This is good. Cheerleaders like being in there too. Look at it's kind of perfect the way it all worked out with. Not sure what this dude's doing, but hey, whatever. All right, so they've got him well in hand. All right, he's done. See the ball and everything. It's just nice when they show you the ball. Okay, so this is a missed assignment for sure. Running back goes right by him. Okay, now we got a decent run going here. So let's take this frame. Almost both feet off the ground, but he's going to get hit here, obviously, which is why he's so low. And let's see if he can juke him. Looks like he almost made it. That's not bad. This is really good. This is really good. He's got 1 foot down, but now both feet are off the ground. This is excellent. This is a good frame. And the difference between these two frames are like this guy blinked here, but now his eyes are open. So I think this is the better frame because his foot's coming down. I like it's off the ground more. Yeah, really nice. I'm glad to have that one. That's good. And then the rest is history. He's just going to get pummeled to the ground. And this is what happens when you start shooting at the very beginning of the season with the A1. You can't pull your finger off fast enough after each play, and that's why there's all these stupid pictures of like nothing. So as I go through the season, I'll get better. Now here we got a nice quarterback release. Hopefully I've got one. See, this to me, ball is in the hand, then off the hand. Now that's not as good. I'll take this one, but it's not. I already have a better one, so that's good. All right, we're going. Here's a nice running back picture. A little overexposed, but as I said, no big deal. I'll take that one. Eyes closed. Let's see. There we go. Eyes open. That's kind of cool. Nice little juke. I'll take both of these just to see what we got. Yeah, this is good. And he's still up and running. Nice and tight. This is good. Let's see what we end up with here. Yep, he's tackled going down. This is good. See, the eyes are open here. It's just, look at this. Eyes are closed. Can't see his face, but this one frame, I got his eyes open. That's what 30 frames a second gets you. The difference between 10 and 20 is logarithmic, and then the difference between 20 and 30 is also logarithmic. It's just like, wow. That's kind of cool. His cheeks all getting compressed. I dig that. They're sort of lifting him up off the ground before they take him down to the ground. And that's where we see this. Again, this is a nice defensive picture for center, but I don't care. All right, we are almost to the end of this. Sorry, it's taken so long. Another run. This is looking good. His arm up versus down is better in this frame. Let's see if his arm comes back in the frame. Almost there. See, now he's hitting the brakes, trying to see if he can get around him. I'm going to grab that frame. Okay, so now he's all blocked. And again, notice how, I've still got him in focus. It's crazy. Here's the fingertip release. That's not bad. I'll take that one frame. And this is a touchdown over the end zone, which is really nice. I was really happy to get on this. I'm not composing it correctly, but ultimately I sort of correct as the frame can. So look at how much little space there is here, and then here's a little bit more, here's a little bit more, and then I'm literally composing on the fly as the ball is coming into his arms. Very happy to get that. So now we're gonna look at my short lens stuff. This is a very, very short lens picture. It looks, so he's basically getting hit here, and he's losing the ball. I'm sorry. This guy's throwing the ball, and this guy's batted it down, which is a great picture. So this is a really good frame. I'm just going to leave these big because that's kind of cool. All right, this was a missed play here. I missed that. Okay, I'm going to just mention this. This is the 7200 f4G, the new macro lens. It's a Mark II. It's extremely lightweight. It weighs nothing. I took the grip off my second A1 at this game, and I'm going to be doing that for the rest of the season. It's just so nice to not have to carry a bunch of weight when you don't need to. But look at the beautiful crowd. Look at this sort of, it's just great. A 7200 is a really nice way to show the game, like more of the game. This is a pretty nice picture. Just him in the pocket. And he's going to throw, and there's a nice fingertip release. Now it's really complicated because I got this all happening in the foreground, but this will be a nice picture when I crop it. So we're just going to go with that. And here's a nice reception. It's good to get these. For teaching purposes, I'm probably going to take this one and this one and this one, even though he closed his eyes. And then the spit comes. It's kind of interesting to see the spit. The ball's covered with wet because it's been raining. I'll take that. That's pretty nice. Okay, and I'm out of focus here. Now I'm in focus. And they're trying to get this guy sacked. Will it happen? No, it looks like they protected. Yeah, there we go. So now we got three defenders on the quarterback. And here we go. Here's a nice picture. I've got three faces here. That's great. Love it. And it's a sack. It's an important picture. I'm going to take that one too. I'll look at these a little closer later, but yeah, this is good. Now, once you get here, it's kind of late. It's just too late. Once they have an arm down, for sure, there's no picture there anymore. Here's an injury. I usually shoot the sports medicine people. It's always good to get these guys because this is probably his coach. They're good for the team to have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up into Photo Mechanic and I'm going to put select tagged. And what that means is only the pictures that I decided to keep. I'm just scrolling through them. You can see how few I'm going to keep from this group of images. Very few. Okay. I'm going to hit Command M, and that's going to bring up my rename photos, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put MC versus center. my initials PMR. I'm going to reset my sequence, and I'm going to rename. So now all those pictures that I kept, this many, are now renamed. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in to the very beginning of this whole thing, and I'm going to literally delete everything I didn't rename. Crazy. I know you guys think I'm probably nuts, but this is the only way I can survive as a sports photographer, because you end up with too many pictures all the time. So I'm throwing away 881 photographs. Now that's only from 2 quarters of play. So, and so now I'm left with just the images that I kept. Okay. So this is part 1. The next step will be to go into either Capture One or into Lightroom to actually look at each frame and crop and tone and all that kind of stuff. That'll be the part 2 video. So this is the end of part 1. Thank you for watching. This is Pat Murphy-Racy, Sony Artisan of Imagery. See ya next time.